Imagine we're chilling at a coffee shop, and I'm about to break down chapter 1 of I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi for you, like I'm your buddy who's super excited to share some money hacks. The chapter's called Optimize Your Credit Cards, and let me tell you, it's all about turning those plastic cards in your wallet into your financial superpower. Ready? Let's dive in. Okay, so first off, I used to think credit cards were like those sketchy characters in a movie, trouble waiting to happen. But Ramit totally flipped my perspective in this chapter. He's like, nah, credit cards aren't the bad guy if you play them right. They can actually help you build wealth, score free stuff, and make life easier. The trick? Use them like a pro, pay them off every month, no excuses. Let me walk you through the big ideas with some real-life examples from my own journey. 1. Credit cards are my wingman, not my enemy. So, picture this. I got my first credit card when I was 22, and I was terrified of screwing it up. I'd heard horror stories of people drowning in debt. But Ramit's like, chill, bro. If you pay your balance in full every month, credit cards are like a free VIP pass. They come with perks like cashback, travel points, fraud protection, and even extended warranties on stuff you buy. For example, last year, I bought a fancy blender with my card, and when it broke after a year, the card's extended warranty got me a replacement for free. How dope is that? Plus, using a credit card responsibly builds your credit score, which is like your financial report card. A good score can save you thousands when you're trying to get a car loan or a mortgage. I started with a basic cashback card that gives me 2% back on everything. Last month, I spent $1,000 on groceries, bills, and some new sneakers, and boom, $20 back in my pocket. It's like free money if you're disciplined. 2. Know your credit score and report like the back of your hand. Alright, let's talk credit scores and reports. Your credit report is like a diary of your borrowing history, every credit card, loan, or payment you've made, or missed. Your credit score. That's a number between 300 and 850 that tells lenders how trustworthy you are. Higher score, better deals. When I first checked my score on a free site like Credit Karma, it was 680, not bad, but not great. Ramit says you wanna aim for 700 plus to get the best rates. Here's a real example. My buddy Sarah wanted to buy a car. Her credit score was 750, so she got a 3% interest rate on her loan. I was at 680 back then, and my same loan would have been 5%. On a $20,000 car loan, that's like $1,500 extra in interest for me over a few years. Crazy, right? So, I check my credit report once a year at annualcreditreport.com to make sure there's no weird stuff, like a random account I didn't open. It's like checking your phone for viruses, do it regularly. 3. Paying off debt like a boss. Now, let's say you've got some credit card debt. Been there, dude. A couple of years ago, I had $2,000 on a card from a rough patch. Ramit's advice? Don't panic, but get a game plan. He says to pay the minimum on all your cards, then throw every extra dollar at either the card with the highest interest rate, to save money, or the lowest balance, to feel like a winner faster. I went for the lowest balance, $500 on one card. I paid it off in 3 months, and man, that felt like a victory lap. Oh, and automate your payments. I set up autopay for the minimum on all my cards so I never miss a due date. Missing payments can tank your credit score and hit you with nasty late fees, like $35 a pop. I also called my card company, Ramit gives scripts for this, and asked them to lower my interest rate. I was nervous, but I just said, "Hey, I've been a good customer. Can you cut my rate?" They dropped it from 18% to 12%. Saved me a bunch on interest. 4. Milk those credit card perks. This is where it gets fun. Credit cards aren't just for paying stuff, they're like a treasure chest of perks. My cashback card gives me money back on every purchase, but some cards offer travel points, free airport lounge access, or insurance for stuff like car rentals. For example, I rented a car for a road trip last summer, and my card covered the insurance, saving me like $50. Ramit's tip? Pick a card that matches your vibe. If you travel a lot, get a travel rewards card. If you're like me and just spend on groceries and Netflix, a simple cashback card is perfect. Another hack: keep your old cards active to boost your credit history. I've got this card from college with a $500 limit. I put my Spotify subscription on it and autopay it to keep it alive. Why? Longer credit history equals better credit score. But don't go wild opening new cards unless you need them, too many can ding your score. 5. Keep your credit utilization low. Here's a big one: your credit utilization ratio. It's how much of your available credit you're using. Ramit says to keep it under 30%. So, if my card has a $10,000 limit, I shouldn't carry a balance over $3,000. Better yet, pay it off completely. A while back, I was using $4,000 of my $5,000 limit on one card. Yikes, 80% utilization. My score took a hit. So, I paid it down and called to ask for a higher limit. They bumped me to $8,000, and my utilization dropped to 25%. Score went up 20 points in a month. Pro tip: don't close old cards, even if you don't use them much. Closing a card lowers your available credit, which can mess with your utilization. I learned that the hard way when I closed a card and my score dropped 15 points. Never again. 6. Negotiate like you mean it. Ramit's all about calling your card company to negotiate. I was skeptical at first, like, they're not gonna listen to me. But I tried it. I called about a $40 late fee from when I forgot a payment. Oops. Using Ramit's script, I said, "I've been a loyal customer for 2 years. Can you waive this fee as a one-time courtesy?" Boom, fee gone. I also asked for a higher credit limit, and they gave it to me because I had a solid payment history. It's like haggling at a market, but over the phone. Feels awesome when it works. 7. Avoid the traps. Ramit's real clear about the don'ts. Don't miss payments. Set up autopay to make it foolproof. Don't carry a balance, because those 15 to 20% interest rates will eat you alive. For example, if you owe $1,000 and only pay the minimum, say, $25 a month, it could take years to pay off, and you'll end up paying like $1,500 with interest. No thanks. And don't treat your card like free money. I only charge what I can pay off right away, like my $200 grocery bill or a $50 dinner. What I'm doing now. So, here's my action plan based on this chapter. I check my credit score every few months on Credit Karma and my report once a year. All my cards are on autopay to avoid late payments. I called my card company to waive an annual fee and got a better rewards card that gives me 3% back on dining. I paid off my $2,000 debt and keep my utilization under 20% by paying my balance weekly. I use my card's perks, like cashback and travel insurance, to save money. The big takeaway. This chapter made me see credit cards as my financial sidekick. If I pay them off every month, negotiate with the companies, and use the rewards, they're like a cheat code for building wealth. It's not about being perfect, it's about being smart. Ramit's system is like having a coach who's got your back, helping you level up your money game. So, what do you think, man? Wanna try some of these hacks? Let's grab another coffee and talk about how you can optimize your cards. Or, if you want the full scoop, check out I Will Teach You to Be Rich on Audible or at iwillteachyoutaberic.com. Trust me, it's a game changer.